Hey everybody, how's it going? Tonight we're back with more Okami. Let me just switch everything over to where we need to be. Yeah, first things first, we have to do a little house cleaning, I would suppose. Turns out, so after stream on Friday, right? If y'all were here, y'all remember how that went. There was some shenanigans, let's say. Some shenanigans involving the Dancer of the Boreal Valley. Now, me and a couple of friends have gone in and looked at what was going on with that boss. Yeah, turns out, I was right. They fucked up something in the update, which fundamentally broke how that fight works. Because, like, there's an old strategy when she's doing that hand swipe, right? Where what you do is you just roll right under her hand. You'll be fine. It doesn't touch you. You're good. Something happened, and now, when you try to roll under her, you end up getting rubber banded. It's not supposed to happen that way. That's an interaction that's not supposed to be. But for some reason, that's what happens. That's just how it works now. And it was pretty shitty that was happening, but you know what? We're gonna try doing a no-tilt stream on Friday. If I tilt, I have to end stream. End of story. Yeah, that's what we'll be doing. Anyways, we're now in Saiyan City. We'll be trying to figure out what we have to do to face the water dragon. And yeah, that's what we gotta do. All of what you've done so far is amazing. However, the water dragon is still a much bigger problem. No trading ships can get through, the city's food is running low, and the evil besieging our fair land still looms large in the shadows. Now is exactly the time we need them. If only we had the fox rods. Well, we've now dealt with setting free the girl from, whatchamacallit? The bamboo girl, right? We got her, sent her off, saw her off at Sasa Sanctuary. Now let's see if we can find a way to deal with these idiots now. Okay, you're a persistent one, aren't you, Mud? For whatever the reason, the curse has dissipated. Still, there's a sinister presence on the eastern of the coast. Okay, so we need to just go try and fight the water dragon. I don't want to talk to you, assholes. Talking to you guys is enough just the one time. What the hell? And how's it going, Classics? How you doing? Okay, so we go do that. We've dealt with it. And now, we find how to deal with the water dragon. We also scare the absolute shit out of the big titty priestess. No other way to describe her. That's just, you know, that's how all the characters refer to her, essentially. She has a name. I don't remember it. I just remember that Isun was being a massive fucking pervert towards her. Probably would have helped if they actually gave us a way to remember her name. But they didn't, so, yeah. Just Big Titty Priestess is her name. That's okay, I refer to the, character Elsie from, the Mahjong game that I play. I just refer to her as, you know, just the nun. Which, I mean, isn't wrong. She is a nun. It's an apt description. And I see you've got a name color change there, Adonis, and a new badge. What is that new badge you got? Let's see this. Raging Wolf Hell. I have no idea what that's from, but it looks neat. 10 out of 10. I approve. And now, you know what, let's be smart about this. Let's look at the log. We look at the journal. Okay. We need to find a way to deal with her. Okay, Madam Fawn. The Queen is cloistered beyond a region of molten rock. Only by making the dreams of the bamboo girl come true can the path to the Queen be made accessible. Do we have to go back to Sasa? I think we might have to go back to Sasa Sanctuary. then let me tell you, you will love playing Ricci City Mahjong, because they have the best nun. She also had the best of the New Year's outfits. If you go to their Discord server, trust me, you won't be disappointed. That's all I need to say about that. What, did I run out of stamina or something? Okay, let's see. What area? I think that's the only area I could go to. Oh, hi. And how's it going, Char? How you doing? Let's see, are alerts on? Is everything on? Things being right? Yeah, no, everything's okay. Okay, so I don't know why you're bonking me. Yeah, you just gotta download it. It's a good game. I don't know why I said that in the way that makes me sound like AI Joe Biden, but, yeah, my voice is fucked if you haven't noticed. I have been suffering from allergies recently, and it has been making recording an absolute bitch and a half. Not been having a good time of it, let me tell you. Ow. What, is that for sounding like AI Joe Biden? Because honestly, if that was, deserved. I don't like politicians in any form. I tried to go live as early as I could. Dinner was not ready, like, until 10 minutes after it was supposed to be, so I had to handle it as accordingly as I could. But yeah, I tried my best. I was trying to be on time. Sometimes you just, you can't help it. If someone else is handling dinner, sometimes that's just how it is. And someone else was handling dinner, but it was well worth it. Because we were having leftovers from Passover. Which means we were having corned beef brisket, which, yes. That is worth being late for. Ugh, my neck, though. My neck has been fucking killing me for 2 days. I don't know what I did to it. I don't know how it happened, but my neck is not happy. Just like how my eyes don't seem to want to work on this model at any point in time ever. Neither does my neck. Ow. How's it going, Shade? How you doing? Ow. Why the bonk? I'm getting abused by my chat, everybody. Chat hates me today. I'm just kidding. Anyways. We've dealt with the bamboo girl stuff here, I think. So, do we have to talk to old man here? I think we need to talk to the old man here. I've never worked this hard on my bamboo ware before. We're going to build a bamboo palace by the time Kaguya returns. My prayers are with you, dearest Kaguya. Don't know how secure a bamboo palace would be, but we're gonna feed some tigers now. There we go, have some food. Well, at least it's the end of the work week, then. Also, I am sorry if the frames are getting all fucky. Someone is using the internet when we actually have, like, blocked out times for who gets bandwidth. And yeah, shit is a little wonky over here because of it. Now, let's see. We don't have any way over anywhere, do we? Oh, we found money. We found things. Okay, we need to find a way to deal with molten rock. Yeah, no, you're not going insane. It's just somebody's fucking inconsiderate over here. We block out times. We say, hey, when we need more bandwidth because we have shitty internet, this is, you know, who gets to use it. Still doesn't fucking matter now, does it? And that's kind of fucking annoying. Well, there's also the difference of I actually respect the mafia. I can't say the same about politicians. You know, if somebody's gonna be fucking me, I'd at least like them to tell me that they are. Let's be real. Okay, we dealt with Bamboo Girl. Now, who do we talk to? I have had internet problems since the beginning of this. Like, since I started streaming in, like, 2021, I have had internet issues. Because we just have bad internet. Then I got it slightly fixed, but only slightly. Because we really can't get much better internet here. Because, you know, people don't think about it, but, California has quite a bit of mountains. And even in non-mountainous areas, we still have issues getting networking working all the way around. And that's even in LA. We just have issues in general with being able to make things kind of network well. So yeah, we got some problems over here. Now, molten rock. We need to find where to find molten fucking rock. Where's the goddamn lava? Now, we also have some things we need to bloom. I said we need to bloom. There we go. Yeah, let's see if we can maybe find something over here. I have no goddamn clue where that quote-unquote area of molten rock is gonna be. But I also keep forgetting that I can do this. Boom. Stray bead. Okay. So I think we do need to just go in. It is under tools, isn't it? Yep. Tools, mermaid coin. Throw that in. And we go. I don't think I know what brown dust is. Okay, we don't want Agata. Let's go to the Ryushima coast. That should be closest to where we need to be. Because checking in Sasa, there was no molten rock. So let's see if there's, like, some kind of thing here. My guess is it's over there, or those two mountains. Maybe we have to go and light something on fire over there. I could also just be talking out of my ass. Which, quite frankly, is a skill that I learned how to do in the middle of high school because I got bored and learned how to do ventriloquism. So now I can talk out of anything. You want me talking out of a water bottle? I can do that. You want me talking out of a weird, creepy-looking doll? I can do that. You want me to talk in front of a group of people in person? Fuck no. I can't do that. Public speaking on stream? Easy. Public speaking in person? Fuck no. Not happening. Okay, let's see. We hit this. And then we draw a lily pad. Get the coral. There we go. Get back up there and let's head on over. Also, what happens if I burn this? Does not reach me. Okay. Got some minor problems here, but that's all right. Okay, I dig. See, I am very much a fan of video games of culture. I feel like it's a good way to keep people who don't actually appreciate the art form out of, you know, like, more anime mediums. Like, I know there's a lot of discussion about, like, oh, don't gatekeep things and blah, blah, blah. No, gatekeep the shit out of your hobbies. I think it's the duty of a fan to make sure that, you know, their community stays full of people who actually like what they're doing. You know, don't come into, like, for instance, the Conan the Barbarian tabletop RPG now. They're talking about safe words and safe spaces and player concerns and all of that shit. Yeah, fuck that. The entirety of the world of Conan is meant to be unsafe and unfriendly. So don't fucking go about in there and just be like, everyone needs to feel like they have a safe and equal say. No, it's Conan the Barbarian. Everybody needs to feel unsafe. There is no safety, even in the grave. You die, guess what? You're going to be used by a necromancer. Or a necrophiliac. One of the two. That's just how Conan the Barbarian rolls. That's just how it is. The world of Hyperborea is not meant to be a safe space. Yeah, it's meant to be violent, it's meant to be unfriendly. That is the essence of the fucking barbarian world. Okay, we're not allowed to burn that. Like, swords and sorcery type of stuff is meant to have some form of menace, some sort, you know, some form of threatening. It's bad enough that we got enough people who like their little, you know, emotional sob story bullshit, and they were handling, you know, D&D. You know? So, if you are a fan of swords and sorcery, you like Dark Sun, guess what? Dark Sun, never fucking coming back. Get fucked. And then Vampire the Masquerade, really fucking good. World of Darkness was awesome. And you know who they hired to work on development for some of their newer shit? Zoe fucking Quinn. That bitch should not be allowed anywhere near games. And how's it going, Aku? How you doing, buddy? We are just trying to figure out which way to go to find the area to open up and start handling the fucking water dragon stuff here. But so far, have not found the way to go. And much appreciated. Thank you for dropping in. Hope your day's been going well. And how you doing, Caboose? Look at me. I'm here on my ship. The SS Lilypad. I'm king of the world. Anywho. And yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like, the good staff left, it was licensed in, like, the lesser form of Vampire, right? fucking, they changed systems. I think they were on a new edition at the point that they wrote it. So you see that reflected in the game, which, you know, at least good on them for reflecting it in the game. But you're also reflecting the lesser version of a good game. And in my opinion, that shit's never acceptable. If there is a perfectly good version that you've already run something on, run it on the version you know people like. You know, don't give me any of this, oh, but 3.5 is a hard edition of D&D. Yeah, I didn't even play 3.5. That's too much math for me. But you know what? If you made a video game that runs on the principles of 3.5, you're going to disappoint the existing players by, you know, introducing it as a 5e system. And then you're just going to end up making nobody happy. And I feel like the people in charge of making a lot of games these days, they just don't fucking know the difference. They don't know, you know, their head from a hole in the ground. And for me, that kind of shit, unacceptable. People want their games to be good. They don't want their games to be something that's just meant purely for new player acquisition. I guess I get that to some degree. As a developer, your job is to make sure that your company is profitable, right? You have to make some amount of sacrifice to be able to have people happy with the end product. But, like, you can't just fuck shit up and make it accessible for people and think, oh, hey, this is gonna work out because these people who don't know this product are gonna like it. Meanwhile, the people that have been keeping it alive forever get abandoned. That's how you kill an entire franchise. As we've been seeing, you know, it's happened with Star Wars. It's been happening with, like, you know, how they're treating Lord of the Rings. Thanks for that, by the way, Amazon. I hope everyone in charge of that ends up stepping on fucking metal D4s for the rest of their lives. Maybe fall down a, you know, a flight of stairs. End up getting, you know, a good solid landing of their asshole onto a fucking broken piece of glass. You know, have themselves a good time of it. Anywho. People just gotta learn. If people like what someone's made, don't fuck it up. Don't stray away from the source material. It's so easy to get a slam dunk with certain properties. All you have to do is pay the most minor amount of attention to the source material. But for some people, that's too much. Okay, let's see. What's this sign say? Left. Northern Ryushima Coast. Okay, let's go to the north. I don't think we've been there yet. Okay, what up, Chucklefucks? What is, pup, you want to cross the border? You'll have to speak to my colleague if you do, but Queen Himiko's ordered the border to be sealed. I'm sorry, but I'd give up if I were you. Okay, uh-huh. It is... We are tiny. We could slip through there. Char, can we ban the bot? Please and thank you. We have a kill order on a bot. It must die. And yeah, Conan the Barbarian is part of the Marvel Universe, which is still weird. But that's a thing. That's like, you know, it's got a place. I think they bought it out. I'm not sure. Not sure how they got the rights to it. Okay, hold up. I'll handle it. Don't worry. I got this. It has been banned. Like, oh, hey, let's advertise. Get the best viewers on... No. The best viewers are the people who actually show up and aren't fucking made up by strings of data. Go fuck yourself. The fact is, Twitch does have a problem of people who view bot, and it's really easy to tell who does and who doesn't, right? Like, there was that girl that got caught last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? She was updating her ViewBot shit. She got banned, and I think she's already been unbanned. Which, like, I feel like if you get caught for ViewBotting, wholesale, delete the account. And I mean that on Twitch's part, not the person's part. Twitch should ban them, delete them forever. Not allow them. Fucking IP block them. Get that shit out of here. Because it helps no one. It doesn't help anyone who streams. It doesn't help Twitch as a platform for getting any growth. You can tell that because Twitch is still not profitable. A lot of fucking problems here. And yet... Oh, but these chicks who just have, you know, decent... Not even great, but just decent-looking tits. And the ability to use their credit card... You know, they're bringing in so much profit. I mean, it'd probably help if Dan Clancy started acting like a CEO instead of staring at tits and just jerking off all day. Fucking get your shit together and make sure that people follow your fucking TOS. But, you know, what do I know about running a business? What do I know about, you know, being likable to people? I'm just some asshole on the internet who's been here for a while. And yeah, exactly, Classics. Anything too masculine is seen as a threat. Because masculinity bad. It's not like, you know, anyone ever calls for masculine men whenever there's a problem. You know, like a fucking active shooter, or an ongoing fire situation, or just all sorts of shit. You know, it's not like any of that ever happens. But yeah. And fair enough. No need to worry there, Caboose. But yeah, I don't know, I get sick of some of the bullshit. Where it's just like, yes, there are masculine things, there are feminine things. That is fine. Things are supposed to be different. You know, the strength of humanity is within difference. And we have this horrible usage of the term diversity that people love, right? And they're like, oh, hey, diversity means everything needs to be the same. That is fucking homogeny. Diversity in anything means things have to inherently be different in some way, shape, or form. If things can't be different, then you can't have things that can complement each other. And if things can't complement each other, then guess what? Everything fucking sucks. You know why a bass works well with a guitar? Because you don't play a bass like a fucking guitar. You know why a bass works well with a drum set? Because you don't play it like a drum set. You ever been to a drum circle? Drum circles suck ass. It ain't music, it's just rhythm. And they suck. Don't tell me, oh, hey, there's melody inside of the drums. There's no fucking melody inside of drums. Can you tune drums? Sure. But it's not the fucking same. It's not what melody is. Actual diversity is like that. It needs things to be different to complement each other. And yeah, you know, when you grow, that's, you know, that's a good thing. Just, you know, you gotta grow by organic means, Adonis. And there are so many people who try to fast track that shit. And that shit doesn't work. You know, like the engagement baiters, the fucking botters, all of this shit. You want people to like you for you. You don't want people to like you for whatever bullshit you get involved in. And it's like, you know, people need to figure it out. That good entertainment comes from people being out there, being different, being able to talk about things that aren't necessarily the safe thing or the socially approved thing. You think punk rock ever got good because they were like, oh, nope, we can't say uncool things, we can't say unsafe things, we can't make fun of, you know, the people in fucking, you know, like the example I was using last time I was talking about punk rock, the Dead Kennedys, right? They were talking about you know, the yuppie types in San Francisco who think they're so, you know, progressive and open-minded about shit. But at the end of the day, they just essentially were fetishizing black culture. And they weren't actually, you know, in any way, shape, or form contributing to anyone liking each other any differently. They were just being weird fucking assholes about it. So, you know, bragging about moral superiority because you listen to something from a different culture versus, you know, actually understanding a different culture. You know? There's a big difference there. And you know a thing that's very prevalent in every culture? Some certain degree of racism. People don't talk about it, but it's there, you know? For instance, nobody fucking makes a stink in America about how Disney will purposefully shrink or outright get rid of black actors from posters that are in China. Because the Chinese, they're not very big on black people. And nobody talks about that. That's just kind of a thing. Like, culturally, they just do not like. Like, the Chinese government, especially, they're like, yep, nope, can't have black people on posters. Hell, they barely like it when white people are on posters. Because, you know, China is very, you know, from a governmental standpoint, it's very Chinese first. And that's what they try to do. And I feel like it's kind of a weird thing that people just don't really understand or talk about the fact that, like, in-group, out-group mentality is just inherent in human psychology. And yeah, people get offended by way too much. Like, look at all of the best comedians that have ever existed, right? You think any of them could make a living nowadays? I sure as fuck don't think so. Like, you think George Carlin could be George Carlin today? Because I highly doubt it. I have a feeling George Carlin trying to do his, you know, 7 dirty words you can't say on television. Yeah, he would be in jail. And I find the fact that people just can't, you know, they can't hack it. They can't deal with things. I find that to be the actual problem. Like, context is an important thing, right? And people need to understand that context also can vary from culture to culture. Like, I was listening to someone talking about the anime awards yesterday. And hearing someone refer to something as like, oh, it aged badly. Like, no, it didn't age badly. You just got a little uppity about how you think things should be. You know, it's not, oh, hey, it aged badly. No, it aged as it should. It's a product of its time. Don't fucking bitch about things. You know, part of what made things great is, you know, what you might see as being a problem for it today. You can't just look at something and spurn it because of the way how it was. And I find that, like, not only do I find it annoying, I find it incredibly fucking insulting as an artist. Because, like, as an artist, you know, a musician is a type of artist. People, for some reason, love to separate the two categories. They, you know, they don't deserve to have their shit looked at and be like, oh, you know, they used a word that's not okay now, so we really shouldn't listen to this song. Like, the song itself was made the way it was because there was a point. There's a point for why the words are where they are, and the words are what they are. And by trying to make everything, you know, all this style of, like, nice and kind and everybody feels good about everything, you stray away from the message. You stray away from the meaning of things. Because you're fundamentally changing the art. You know, it's like, the Mona Lisa doesn't look happy enough. Let's draw a bright, grinning smile on her face. You've ruined the Mona Lisa then. Congratulations. You know, things are made as they are, and they're intended as they're made. Because that's what the artist who made it did. If you're a viewer of something and you don't like what you're seeing, the door's, you know, where you found it. Either you're okay with the art that you consume, or you shut the fuck up. And I get real tired of seeing people try to change things to make themselves feel better. You want to feel good about art and you don't like what you see out there? You know what? Learn how to do something. Learn how to make it yourself. Otherwise, all you do is fucking destroy. And quite frankly, I'm just sick and tired of it. Maybe I'm just a curmudgeonly old man. People have told me that before. But you know what? I'm fine being a curmudgeonly old man. Because at least I'm a curmudgeonly old man that's fucking right about what he's saying. Like, I don't give two shits. People can like me, people cannot like me. I don't give a fuck. You like me? Cool. You don't like me? Go fuck yourself with a rusty spoon. Like, I don't have time for trying to cater to everybody's wishes and whims. And I feel like that's a thing that, to some degree, yeah, it's a problem for me. It definitely, in some way, shape, or form, will be what bites me in the ass. But I'd rather keep myself small and keep true to my own vision than be someone who tries to chase after things, you know, and look for the attention and the gaze of those that actually can't see me. Because I feel like that's a big problem with, like, artists, creators, musicians of any, you know, sort. They attract an audience that isn't fundamentally people that like them or the kind of work they make. They just liked the kind of work they were making when that person was trying to appease them. And then when they finally decide they want to be themselves, they lose everyone in the process. And they're like, well, where did everybody go? Well, you never had them to begin with. And yeah, that too. Everyone needs to stop trying to remake things. The creative, bankrupt bullshit actions of Hollywood in general these days is what's killing Hollywood. Like, we don't need a new Harry Potter. Oh, but we can make Harry Potter friendlier. We can make it more diverse. Racial diversity does not make diversity. Forcing in a character where it doesn't make sense for the description of the character is not racial diversity. It's just race swapping. I don't know if y'all heard about it, but they made Snape some random black dude now. When Snape has always been described as pale, sallow-skinned, you know, corpse-like, essentially. He's supposed to look like a vampire. Casting a black dude in that does not get you, you know, the pale, corpse-like, vampiric kind of character that was written. In fact, it's just completely disrespectful to the original work. And I don't like it. It reminds me too much of what the Maoists had when they were taking over China. It was called, like, the Four Olds. Let me look this up right now, actually. I want to get it exactly right. Because the Four Olds were the four things they needed to get rid of, in their opinion. So, the Four Olds. It's loading. It's very slow. But here we go. The Four Olds were old ideas, old culture, old customs, and old habits. And the Maoists wanted to destroy that. Because if you have those four things, you have an old culture, according to them, right? You have something where you can't create something new, but you inherently can't create something new with communism because it all relies on someone just destroying. The idea of, you know, creating through destruction when it comes to a culture is not useful. That's how you get people killed. And that's what happened in China. And the way how things are happening here, too, you see people who are zealous fucking ridiculous assholes. On both sides of everything. And when people treat things with such zealotry, you don't create anything. You just end up ruining everything. And anyone who's seen anything in history can tell you of this shit. Anyone who's lived through any part of it, anyone who's known someone who has lived throughout the tougher times, like I grew up knowing a lot of Holocaust survivors. You think they give a shit if something's a little problematic? Boo fuckity who. Their entire existence was deemed problematic at one point. So, you know, I'm pretty sure the Holocaust survivor has no appreciation for people saying we need to stop things from being offensive to other people. When we still have people who are totally fine with ignoring the fact that we would just have, you know, thousands upon thousands of my people packed into fucking cattle cars and shipped off to their death. But, you know, we go on and we talk about that, and it's okay to call even Jewish people Nazis nowadays. People have called me that for having opinions. I don't like a voice actor. Oh, Wiley, you don't like this voice actor? You're a Nazi. My dead relatives would beg to fucking differ, you motherfuckers. And that shit just gets me annoyed. Now, I would like to know what the fuck I'm doing here. Where is the path to the fucking lava place? But yeah, there's a lot of bullshit that people try to perpetuate that just makes no fucking sense. Where it's like, oh, hey, we're gonna talk about things as if we know anything, but really, it's a Dunning-Kruger effect of the highest level. People these days think they're smart when they're not. They think they know what they're talking about when they don't. Quite frankly, a lot of these people, they don't know jack shit. But they'll talk to you like they're experts on everything. For instance, you know, there are people who think, oh, hey, if I believe this ideology, it inherently makes me a good person. Right? Doesn't matter what ideology you're talking about. People don't realize ideology does not make a good person. In fact, ideology is, throughout time, what makes most people bad people. There are so many people who have just slaughtered thousands upon thousands of people because of ideals. That shit doesn't fly with me. I get fucking tired of it. And exactly, Classics, if you reject the past, you have no future. Because the future is supposed to be built upon history. And if you have no history, then you have nothing to learn from. You will keep making the same mistakes. You will never fix anything. Nothing will improve. And that applies to really anything, to be honest. Like, for instance, streaming even, right? If I don't look back at my streams and see what I've done that works and what I've done that doesn't, what the fuck do you think I'm gonna fix? What the fuck do you think I'll even know to fix? And like, if it works with something as basic and, you know, inconsequential as streaming, then imagine what that does on a societal level to people who are supposed to be educated. Like, I went to college. Most of those college professors didn't know a fucking thing. I had this one professor, very feminist, and I say this because it's important to the story. Very much a third-wave feminist, short hair, men can't tell me anything kind of attitude, right? Now, I went to a school for high school that prepared me to essentially be a rabbi. I had the rabbinical knowledge. I know the difference between the Torah the Shulchan Aruch, the Mishnah, and the Talmud. Now, why am I naming off all of these law texts? I'll tell you why. Because this professor had it in her mind that the Torah and the Mishnah were switched. You know, the thing that was explaining the Mishnah was the Torah, and that's not how that works. The Torah is explained by the Mishnah. And the rulings, like the halachic rulings, are from a mixture of the Mishnah and from the Talmud, right? Things where rabbis have talked over the lessons and the morals of the Torah and gone over the laws and gone over them with a fine-toothed comb. I tried to correct her on just, hey, I think you have this backwards. And she goes, what do you know? You're a man. Now, I had a very horrible thing I could have done that would have been absolutely apropos for that moment. If I didn't care about getting arrested, I could have just dropped trow. Because I'm Jewish, and if you don't know anything about Jews, Jews are circumcised at birth. It's part of our culture. It's part of the covenant with God. I could have dropped trow and just been like, well, I'm pretty sure I'm a Jew. But I have some class, so I didn't do that. Instead, what I did was I just went, excuse me, ma'am, I could have gone to a yeshiva to become a rabbi or gone here. Now, I don't really believe in God, so I didn't become a rabbi, so I'm here. But I can tell you that because I have an education in these things, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You're wrong. Just outright, doesn't matter, male, female, who cares? You're just saying something that's blatantly wrong. She did not like this. She did not like this so much that when I misplaced a comma in one of my papers, she dropped me by 2 letter grades, and I had to go to the dean to handle this and argue my case of why this professor should have to, go back over my grade and fix it. Because, as you said, Classics, the woman was an extremist. And she fucking was just wrong. Oh, full Karen mode. 100%. Like, it was one of those cases where really I just kind of wanted to just look at her outright. Just full disrespect. Full chest. Just silence, bitch. A man is talking. Just to fuck with her. Because I don't believe in that type of shit. I don't believe in that kind of attitude. But I do believe in pissing off someone who's an asshole. And she would have deserved it. But, like, my God. I had to go through, argue with the deans, and be like, she has no right to grade me this low because this is not in any way, shape, or form acceptable. I had to go in, I had to show them my paper, I had to do the whole, fucking spiel. Not something I enjoy doing. Because, you're arguing with the university, you're a student. Obviously, they're going to be taking your professor's side. They claim to be fair about things, but they're not. They never are. And clearly, we're not going the right way here. But yeah, it was just one of those things where it's like, I don't know, shit like that rubs me the wrong way entirely. And shit like that honestly just happens way too much. And it's because of these kinds of people who think, everything from the past is wrong. Everything is, quote unquote, a problem after certain new ideals are introduced to a culture. Where it's like, no, you can balance tradition, you can balance older things and newer things without having to lessen one or the other. And people just don't seem to understand that two things can exist at the same time. And that shit gets on my nerves. Just from, like, a philosophical standpoint. You want to talk about, like, fucking things that show throughout history that there was an understanding of there needing to be a balance of things. Because, for some reason, these types of people, they hate everything Western. So let's go to Eastern philosophy. Let's not talk about any Western philosophy. Let's talk about Taoism. Taoism believes in there being a masculine and a feminine, and then needing to balance things out for things to be right. And inherently, if you don't have that balance, you have nothing. Like, if you are out of balance, that's when bad things happen. Because nature needs, you know, a cycle. It needs things to be balanced. For instance, you know, if you have too much water, right, things are going to die. So you need a dry season and a rainy season for things to grow. You need a temperate season for things to mature. There are just, you know, there's a bunch of shit just on a natural scale that shows, you know, a duality of things is needed for anything to actually be useful, be successful. You know, like, I'm kind of a happy-go-lucky kind of person, but I'm also a fucking pessimist. And it's not because I think, oh, life's bad, it's just I'm a pessimist by nature because I understand that the world inherently tends to be harder than not. And that's fine. You can work with that. You can get through life and understand that things are going to be hard. And honestly, things should be hard. Because nothing good comes from anything just being purely easy. You know, even like a good relationship, right? You're gonna have some hard times in it. You're gonna have disagreements. And those disagreements are important because they help create a stronger bond. It's like making iron, you know, like making iron, taking that, turning it into steel. How do you do that? You take it, you heat it, and then you strike it many, many times. And then eventually you get steel. It's one of those things. People just do not respect the past, so nothing good ever comes of, you know, what they try to create. Now, can we extinguish these flames? Yes, we can. Bead. But yeah. Let's see. I'll catch up with what you're saying, Adonis, and then we'll go to break. People like that, I hope. Sorry. Oh, 1 second. I need to actually hit snooze because it'll be a little more in-depth than just reading. Okay. People like that, I hope karma humbles them or ruins them. Negativity begets negativity. Therefore, life judges those who have wronged them. So, yeah. I mean, it does sound like a religious concept when you think about it, and that's why it's a concept that appears in all religions. You know, things feed off of each other, whether you believe in a god, if you believe in the, you know, just a greater concept of the universe, or just energy as a whole, right? People tend to be able to recognize how people are just from dealing with one another. And like the idea of karma, right? You could say on a psychological level, it's just a pattern of how people behave, and those behaviors being met with behaviors that do not gel with those, and then the prevalent behavior ends up, you know, what's the word? It essentially becomes the dominant force, right? It overrides the other one. And essentially, yeah, that's kind of how things work, right? If you're just a rude asshole to everyone you meet, right? You're going to continue acting like a rude asshole to everyone you meet. And then eventually, you'll find someone who doesn't deal with rude assholes. And you'll get your shit pushed in. And you know what? That's just how life works. And these kinds of people, the kinds that don't appreciate how the world works, the kinds that just, they don't appreciate other people, that's the kind of shit that happens to them. And it's like let's say you like an anime nowadays, right? Yet you think all old anime is shit. What do you think inspired the new anime that you like? It was the old stuff. So you can't necessarily look at old things and say old things are bad because these old things are not the new things, because those old things are what created the new thing to begin with. You know, it's kind of a cycle of rebirth in a sense. To borrow from, you know, Eastern religious concepts. And yeah, you know, the only thing that you really need in life to be able to get along and have a good life, and this is something that you can see in just about any kind of story, religious, philosophical, anything. To have a good life, you just need to be a good person. You need to be good to those around you. You need to help those that you can. And if you do, generally the world rewards you for that. You know, you never know what act of kindness will bring something good your way. But you shouldn't act kind out of a hope that something good will happen to you. And, like, that's the thing that I see that's a problem with most of how people act, is they act like they're good, righteous, moral people, right? But they aren't. They only act as if they are because they think they'll get something out of it. They think there's some kind of reward for it. And if you act in a way because you think it will reward you, you'll never end up in a good spot. Because it's a selfish motivation. Yeah. If the new Snow White was just a different story and also had not a shit person as, you know, the lead actress, it probably would have been good. But, you know, instead they hired someone that was like a mouthy version of Frida Kahlo. And, yeah. You can't even write off her bitchiness because, like, you know, in the 90s, we used to have a concept of, like, you know, if you were pretty, you could get away with being bitchy. And if you were fat, you would just have to be a nice person. But nowadays, we have a bunch of fat people who are angry people and can't get away with, you know, being, you know, mean, rude assholes. And we also have a bunch of overly entitled, skinny-looking, not necessarily pretty people, but still, you know, they think they're conventionally attractive. They're just overgassed, and they think they can get away with being complete pieces of shit. So everybody's just horribly rude to everybody now, and nobody gets anywhere. And it's really fucking annoying, and it just makes everyone meaner to each other. And it makes people think, oh, hey, everything I make is great, therefore I can put out shit and get mad when people don't like it. And speaking of shit that people are gonna get mad about and not like, we have advertisement time. I will be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. Just had to go downstairs, grab some stuff, make sure everything was alright down there. But yeah, back to what we were talking about. Also, I figured out what I need to do. Totally didn't at all Google what I was supposed to do because things were, in any way, shape, or form, not making sense. Yep, not me. I don't look things up when things are difficult. Nope. Not at all. Wily looking for help, asking for assistance? Never. And thank you very much, Adonis. But yeah, it's just like, there's things that I've found that just recently I feel like I need to talk about it to some degree. Because I'm just getting really fucking tired of just people and their bullshit. Like, something that I saw recently, right? And I know a lot of artists harp on about, like, AI and stuff like that, right? And then I see, like, artists that are okay with AI, because it's really the difference is in the approach. And again, this has to go with, you know, the difference of the past versus the future, right? You can't be one of those people who abandons the past because, oh, AI is here, so let's get AI to do everything, right? Hold on a second, need to take a drink because my voice is killing me. But, at the same time, artists need to also accept that Pandora's box has been opened. So, what's the best thing you can do once Pandora's box has been opened? Learn how to use what's been let out of the box. If AI exists, it's, you know, it's a machine, it's a tool. The camera was once a tool. It made things a lot easier for people to find themselves being artists. Photographers are not the same thing as portraiture, you know, portraiture artists, yet they'll take a style of picture known as a portrait. So, what can you do? You can incorporate the new technology into your work. In fact, there's an entire style of painting now called photorealism, where some artists can actually paint better than people can take photos of. And that shit's incredible. It's amazing. It shows off, you know, some real true talent. The kind of talent that wouldn't exist if people didn't have to rise to meet that occasion. So, you know, it gets to that point, right? Going back to the idea of, you know, life isn't easy and things are meant to be hard. You need that duality. You need something to challenge you to be able to become stronger. If you want to become better at something, do something you suck at. You know how you get good at music? Play for a few years in a band, and you're gonna suck. You're gonna suck ass, and people are gonna say you should give up. But you know what you do? The exact fucking opposite. Keep playing, keep sucking. Eventually, you'll get good. Eventually, you'll know how to be on a stage. Eventually, you'll find your sound. It's a thing that people have to learn, that you have to get through that point of hardship, that once you get over that hump, once you get off the plateau, that's when you start improving. That's when you start exploring. I think one of the best things that I've ever seen in terms of, like, the idea of plateau being used not just in a figurative way, but in a literal way, Breath of the Wild. The plateau that you start on is a literal plateau of learning. And then once you get out of there, once you have evolved past what you were, you can get out there and explore and start using everything you've learned at your disposal to make something new, make something new, unique. Play in a play style that's uniquely yourself. And exactly, like, Adonis, what you're saying there, right? Being neutral to it is totally fine. If you can use it as something that can help you either streamline your own creative process, or, you know, use it as essentially a form of brushwork, right? If we're taking the, painting analogy. Learn to take that new brush and use that technique. Which, when you think about it, that analogy is very apt for this game. Because this game is all about brushwork. And yeah, I mean, the thing, especially with the voice actors, is that the ones who are really being assholes about things, there we go. Fuck these guys, we're out! Eat a dick. But the voice actors who are talking, a bunch of things, like the Genshin voice actors, for instance, one of the voice actors came out and said, yeah, no, the ones trying to unionize are full of fucking shit. Because, everyone seems to think that Genshin Impact, for instance, they're under some agreement or need to follow, US, unions. You know where Genshin's parent company, MiHoYo, is from? China. You know what China is under no obligation to do? Follow an American union. The people who are trying to unionize there have absolutely no fucking truth to what they're saying. They're trying to unionize it because they have a vested interest in their wallet. And they'll lie to you to achieve that goal. So that's what they've been doing. And, they'll try to, make up lies and bullshit, like the Paimon actor, right? That voice actor. She's been going on and on about it, where she's like, I'm disabled, I have autism, to preface what she's saying before she lies. Because, people are gonna feel worse if they're calling out someone who is, unfortunate to some degree. And that shit doesn't help anyone. Also, I have no idea where I'm going. I just walked over here because I could. But yeah, she's full of shit when she's talking about things, because guess what? It's not a union game. And yeah, China is probably going to have companies that are just going to be using AI instead of voice actors, because guess what? There's actually already protections in most contracts. Like, the thing that they're saying for what they quote-unquote want to defend against, like, oh, hey, we don't want motion capture to be, used in a way where it's like, oh, hey, they can just replace actors. The actual wording in the current contract is just fine. As long as it's indistinguishable from being a unique actor on their own, then guess what? They can't fucking use it. So, their whole thing is founded on lies. The voice thing, if your voice is recognizable as being the voice of yourself, guess what? That's your likeness. They're not allowed to use your voice because it's your likeness. It's like if someone took your picture and used it in a TV show. You know what they can't do without you signing off on it? Use your fucking likeness. So their whole thing is bullshit. In fact, one of the Genshin actors, I'm forgetting the guy's name, I think it was like Joe something, he actually came out and talked about the entirety of the situation in depth, which went completely contrary to what was being said by the other voice actors. In fact, let me find it real quick. I'm just gonna grab the link and put it in chat. Joe Genshin Impact voice actor on strike. That should be enough to get it. Yep, we got the name of the guy, and now we can find his video. Real simple, real easy. All you gotta do is just type in the right, things. Now that I've done that, let's get on over here and see if I can't find you all the video that I'm talking about. Now let's see, he uploaded it and it exists somewhere. No, I don't want to see your reel. I just want to see the fucking thing you uploaded, dude. Okay, here it is. I'll grab the link.
For whom do you fight?
And who is that? Who is using the Gaius thing?
And do you believe in
Damn it, Caboose!
Eorzea's unity is forged on
But yeah, for anyone who's interested in what I'm talking about in depth, the guy is Joe Zeja, I think is his last name. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's Z-E-I-J-A.
Is to believe in nothing.
And the dude was talking about how the fucking things that all the other voice actors were trying to espouse were fucking bullshit.
Which is strange, is it not?
I really have to up the price of this redeem.
I was given to understand they were your protectors. If you truly believe them your guardians, why do you not repeat?
I mean, you'll have to take it, Caboose. I have the microphone. So much like Adam Sandler in The Wedding Singer. If I have the microphone, you're gonna have to listen to every goddamn thing I have to say. That's just how it is.
From those of the beasts, icons, everyone, except but this, and you will see how Eorzea's faith is bleeding the
Also, I'd like to say, whoever did the Uwu voice for this, better voice actor than Paimon.
Why do they cling to these
I just want to throw that out there. I fucking hate Paimon's voice actor. And the fact that she came out to just be an absolutely insufferable cunt makes me feel way more justified in hating the character.
Your masters lack the strength to do otherwise.
Like, the character was annoying enough, right? But the fact that her actor sucks makes it even better. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, you can torment me, but do you want to? Do you really want to be the dude that throws off the groove?
And when the dust
I don't think you do.
Settles,
I'm gonna avoid going in here because this is actually a pretty important narrative spot, and I don't want fucking Uwu Gaius ruining it. So we're just gonna wait around a little bit.
A path which leads to
we're gonna fuck up the Zen Garden. Fuck you and your stones!
Can rightly steer the course of civilization. And in this one of creeping mendacity,
there we go. We're fucking up the Zen Garden because we can't fuck up the Agapanthus. We're not just gonna be able to fucking rip out the azaleas.
Your defeat shall swerve as proof of my readiness.
Don't even get me started on hitting the dandelions with a fucking mailbox.
Take your realm.
I may or may not have some unresolved issues with gardening. Okay, we're free. We can do it. Oh, here's the thing. That wasn't even a Chinese voice actor. That was a Japanese voice actor, who, again, also has no fucking obligation to stand in strike with, SAG-AFTRA. But here's the thing that you need to know. The quote-unquote Genshin strike is not a real strike, because it's not something that's being backed by the fucking Screen Actors Guild. It's not a real strike. It's just a bunch of actors throwing a fucking hissy fit. That's what it is. It's not even a strike. And fair. See, I have yet to switch to the Japanese voice acting because I haven't played Genshin in forever. But I'm very tempted to because I don't like a lot of the English actors to the point that them mouthing off makes me not want to fucking listen to them in-game. And please not again. Don't do it, Hex. I'll get back to the story. I'm sorry. And fair. See, I need to check out the Japanese voice acting in a lot of games because English voice actors are just fucking ruining voice acting. And I say this as someone who does voice acting in English. I'm starting to feel like, aha, I knew it. I knew there was a beat here. I'm starting to feel like, what was the name of the dude? Groundskeeper Willie, right? When he was going on about what ruined Scotland. And then he was like, God damn the Scots! They ruined Scotland! That's how I feel about English voice actors. Damn it, English voice actors, you ruined English voice acting. Why, it really is you. Her Majesty, Queen Himiko, has been foreseen your coming. You must not delay, please. Queen Himiko awaits on the top floor. Himiko's waiting for us? If you're really the ones Queen Himiko has been looking for, even a boiling sea of flames won't stand in your way, will it? Oh god, she set us on fire. Or she's going to. Crazy fucking woman. How dare she make us run through fire for her? Okay, let's see. What's this saying? Holy artifacts, okay. Okay, there's nothing around there. Whoa! What the heck? What's all this lava doing here? I don't know, but logically it shouldn't be able to be there. You may be God now, but I think you mean a god, don't you? Yeah, it's some spicy water here. Yeah, 1 or 2 years ago there was a scandal about some... Yes. That translation ended up... Fuck, I'm forgetting the name of the translation company. I almost went back to school to study Japanese again, just to fucking make my own translation company, just to compete with these assholes. I'm forgetting the name of it. I will have to address what the name of those assholes is in, like, Discord, I think, but maybe I can find it. I want to say it was like 7 C's. That's the name that's coming to mind. Like, Funimation was an issue, but yes, there we go. It was 7 C's. It was 7 C's as a translation company that was causing the issue. That really went fucking overboard. Which, when you think about it, that's kind of funny. The 7 C's went overboard. God, that's stupid. That should have been a headline. Oh yeah, the one who, fucking, I think it was Jamie Marsh. It was one of the Funimation actresses. It's the reason why, Funimation actually had to be rebranded as Crunchyroll. Because originally, Sony had both Funimation and Crunchyroll, right? And they had to merge them. But they were like, we have to get rid of one company's name for the other. Funimation's actors fucked up Funimation, which has been such a long-standing brand, so badly, they had to rebrand as Crunchyroll. Which was a fucking piracy site originally. Which is hilarious when you think about it. It means the pirates won. The pirates won and they sailed right over the corpse of the 7 Seas. There you go, Classics. I tied it together. You'd end up a crispy critter if you fell in this stuff. But we won't give up that easy. Did Himiko really think this could stop the great Amaterasu? Why don't you just equip that thing you got? That thing Himiko's sure... Sorry, that Himiko's sure making things difficult. She must really have a good reason for wanting to keep people away. Let's keep going, Amy, but be careful. The thing I got. Okay, what's the thing I got? I don't think that's the thing I got. I think this is the thing I got. Okay, bonk. There we go. Fire protection. Easy. Okay, let's go talk to her. Oh, gotta save. Which one? There were a few. If you're meaning the one that was from the golden age of Funimation, Hex, I think you're thinking Ghost Stories, right? Was it the one where it was like, you know, run faster, right? And then they were like, run like a big scary black guy's behind you. And the other character then just goes, well, we know he's not racist, he's only 0.2 seconds faster. Because if that's the one you're thinking of, yeah, that's Ghost Stories. That one was a very unique piece of, let's just say legal work. Because most companies will not let you have the rights to do whatever the fuck you want with the script. But this company just wanted to dump this show so badly that back when Funimation was actually fun, you know, back when funny was funny, they ended up having some pretty good times in the studio with it because they had the freedom. They got to be creative and it was good. And no, I did not see about the last Game Awards. What happened, Classics? Okay, let's go. Let's talk. What's up, Queen? Hey, Amy. I bet that's Himiko. Looks like that freaky shut-in is praying or something. The security here was pretty tight. But nothing we couldn't handle. Yeah, you tell her, Amy. Benevolent Amaterasu, I have been waiting for you. And Isun, the traveling artist. You too, of course. Hey, how do you know our names? Anyway, first things first. You knew about that funky mist and the water dragon, didn't you? You've got some explaining to do. Tell us what you're up to. My people. My poor people. Their suffering torments me. Sickened by this mist and terrorized by the water dragon. The cries of their pain wash over me like a torrent. Well, we've made her cry, and I can safely say I don't give a shit. Okay, let's see. Sony Astrobot won the Game Award and sold 1 million copies. Black Myth Wukong console. Yeah. You see, that shit is kind of par for the course. That's why I don't trust awards shows or anything. Because people have to realize a lot of those award shows, they're rigged from the start. We know what's been going on. You're tormenting the people of this city. You must be a monster feeding off the ill will it generates. Now stop stalling and raise this grimy old curtain. Come on, show yourself, you old hag. Isun, your words are very harsh. But you are right. It was rude of me to hide my face from you. Well, damn. Isun got a response. Benevolent Amaterasu. I, Himiko, the ruler of Seian City, offer my most sincere apologies. That is one heavy-ass curtain. Queen of Seian City, Himiko. Issun is gonna be like, I'm in love. Yep. Can he just not be weird for one cutscene? Can we step on him? Not like in the sexual sense, but just, you know, kind of stomp him out, put him out of our misery. As a ruler, I can't stand by and watch my people suffer. I, Himiko, will not allow this evil to darken Seian. My prayers will not cease until we are rid of this curse. Until I have located the hateful monster's stronghold, Oni Island. What's this about a monster stronghold? Are you saying that's the source of your city's problems? Can't say I've ever heard of Oni Island, or whatever you call it. And what do you mean you're trying to locate the island? I mean, it's an island, right? It couldn't have just floated away. Oni Island is elusive. It vanishes each day at sundown, shifting to a new location. No one knows where in the vast wide ocean it will reappear. So, even if I wanted to dispatch an army there, it would never arrive. You don't say. Still, why'd you stay cooped up in this room all day long? I mean, what good will it do to simply pray all day in and day out? Okay. She's trying to mess with us? This is the treasure crystal ball. My family, the Yamatai clan, has ruled over Seian City forever. This crystal ball has been passed down through the generations. I can foresee the future in it. It told me you were coming. And it will tell me where in the ocean Oni Island will appear next. Interesting. You could find Oni Island in a jiffy with that thing. Exposing a stronghold like Oni Island demands much holy power. But if our enemies knew about my prayers, they would stop at nothing to prevent me in my mission. That is why I have locked myself away. Prayers are our only hope. But the spearhead of the enemy's forces may already be on its way. That's a pretty good story, Queenie. But I'll go along with it. I mean, what the heck? I'd do anything for a pretty lady. Dude, stop being weird. Come on, man. See? Stop being weird, dude. All that happens. Ow, thanks for the warning. Be careful. You cannot approach me now. By taking this crystal ball in my hand, a powerful magical barrier is erected to dispel any misfortune. You will be struck down by divine forces if you try to approach. This crystal ball ensures my safety. Even if my enemies learn of my prayers, the barrier will protect me from their attacks. Well, that's convenient, isn't it? Now let's see. Is there anything in this room? Nope, guess we just have to talk. Let's approach. Aha! You're full of shit! I can approach just fine. Amaterasu, I entreat you once again. Will you hear my request? The request of all my people. Listen to what she has to say. I love the options. I guess so and sounds boring. Nah, fuck you. Sounds boring. But you must. Amaterasu, I entreat you once again. Will you hear the request of all my people? No. But you must. Okay, fine. I guess I'll listen. I guess so. You're not giving me the option to back out. The mighty water dragon now threatens the peace of the oceans. I don't know why it has suddenly turned to savagery. The water dragon is a sea god whose task is to maintain order. So though it may cause harm, we invite chaos if we try to slay it. In fact, without the water dragon, Oni Island is beyond our reach. What the heck's that supposed to mean? I guess we have to exorcise the dragon. Quit beating around the bush, just spit it out already. The key to reaching Oni Island lies in the water dragon. We have to be eaten. That's the thing. It needs to swallow us. Even if the crystal ball shows me the location of the island's powerful shield will prevent us from reaching it. Any attempts to break the shield will only result in our pain. So we use the dragon. But the water dragon could break the shield with ease. It could form a bridge over the sea to the island. So you're saying that you'll reveal the location of Oni Island, and the water dragon will break the barrier around it. Is that the only way to get in the enemy's stronghold? But what about the water dragon? It's out of control, right? I seriously doubt it'll be happy to help us. That's why I must ask for your help, Amaterasu. Your powers could claim the water dragon, and get it to help us. Sorry, could calm the water dragon. I cannot leave this palace, for my prayers require all my energy. You're the only one who can take on this important task. You gotta be kidding me. That's how I feel, Isun. You want us to make friends with that raging water dragon. Sorry, rampaging. Close enough. Well, I'd do anything for a cute babe, but... my boss here says no, there ain't much I could do. Well, what, boss? Are we gonna help Himiko or what? Yeah, I guess we're helping just to piss off Isu. Bummer. Well, the boss has spoken, huh? What was that, Amy? Oh, Amaterasu. You are truly benevolent. So I will entrust you with this border key. Use this key to cross the border and continue into the land beyond. Neat. It is said there is a race which controls the water dragon. They live in the sea beyond the border, in the Dragonian domain. They have some connection with the dragon's recent behavior. Please, calm the water dragon and open the path to Oni Island. And onwards we go! Now look at the mess you've gotten us into, furball. Well, at least we know who's been controlling that water dragon. Let's go pay the Dragonian domain a visit. I will only do so once you put your fucking Napoleon complex on hold, buddy. Okay, now let's go see things. What do we got? Oh, it needs us to jump. Interesting. Don't know why that would be a requirement, but okay. And down we go. But yeah, you know what else kind of sucks in terms of awards, right? Like the Game Awards. That shit actually pisses me off for more than one reason. Because, like, you know, the guy from Screw Attack, what is his name? Like, Stuttering Craig? He had tried to... Wait a minute. Hey, how did you get in here, Mutt? This is terrible. How did you get past our foolproof defenses? How could we let Queen Himiko down like this? Ugh, get out of here, Mutt! Okay. Doesn't matter, you're too slow, idiot. Now, let's see, we got... Oh, we can equip this and these? Okay. Now, what is 7 Strike? I don't think I've played around with this one. Yeah, now we have an intimidating looking sword. But yeah, Stuttering Craig had, like, fucking made the real Game Awards, right? And they had just, you know, like, the way how votes were handled was, like, it would have to be, like, people who were, I think, were subscribers to, like, his Patreon or something. And people are like, well, the only reason we can't trust it is because just nobody can vote. It's like, no, you have to pay a certain amount to be able to vote, right? Which means you are someone who is interested and invested in what's going on, and to a certain degree, when you're holding, like, some kind of award show, right, if you're doing it right, you have to fund it somehow. So that was, like, mostly self-funded, right? And the Game Awards, you know, the ones that Sony funded, of course Sony things were gonna win, because it was funded by Sony, right? You basically buy the win. But if you have someone who's an independent person, not connected to these companies, funding it, and the people who are funding the guy funding it are the fans, and the fans, in exchange for, you know, the money, get to put out a vote, then that makes it as, you know, accurate as it can possibly be. Okay, let's see, we have to talk with the other guy. Here you go, I have a key. Huh? Hey, that's a border key. A permit from Queen Himiko for crossing the border. What on earth are you doing with something like that? Well, rules are rules. Anyone bearing that is allowed to pass here. You must be on some very important business, I suppose. I'll open the gate straight away. Good. Let us pass through here. And behold, the next section of the game. Once it loads. There we go. The North Ryushima coast. Now then, where's this Dragonian domain? Sounds like something that might be under the sea. But I'd rather not have to get wet if I could help it. And it's not because I'm afraid of that pesky water dragon. It's just, you swim too slow that you practically put me to sleep. Yeah, I very much believe that. Bonjour, Amaterasu. I trust you have enjoyed your little adventure through that hole? Phrasing? The city's air has sure cleaned up thanks to you. Just ignore him and maybe he'll go away. I'm with Isun on this one. And honestly, Adonis, it's a company. Corporations are going to be corporations. They're always going to be scummy at the core of it. If they could do something to promote their product, they'll do it. That's just how it is. Come on, Amy. Why so grumpy today? Did you not notice the view? It used to be one big cursed zone out here. But yours truly pulled off one of those great divine interventions? What? I really wanted to wait for you two. But I couldn't stand leaving the sea in such a cursed state. Ah, the sea off Ryushima coast is back to its beautiful self. Is this what I mean by prettier than a picture, my friend? I don't even know where this accent is going. I'm sorry, everybody. What's that supposed to mean, pretty boy? Oh, just a little something I overheard somewhere. So, my little bouncing friend, you're a wandering artist, no? I want to see how beautiful your paintings are. Just one would be fine. Pretty, please? Huh? My art's none of your business. Why should I show you anyway? You really are in a bad mood today. You're not one of those imposters who claims to be an artist, but could not paint a picture if his life depended on it, are you? What? Oh, nothing. It is just something some old man mentioned. His grandson, who is also his apprentice, ran away from home. And he took the old man's painting of a wood sprite with him. Do you think he might claim to have painted that masterpiece? I mean, there are so many unscrupulous people out there. Sometimes it is hard to spot an imposter in the wide world of art. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Ow, what's with the bonk? And yeah, Gaben is pretty good, but you still gotta, you gotta look at the fact that he does run a company. He's good for now, but we never know how long he'll stay good. Also, what did I do to deserve that? Why'd I get bonked? I'm just making the obnoxious guy as obnoxious as he is. Or, you can stick around if you'd rather get sliced and diced. Excusez-moi! You do not have to get all hot on this color? It would appear I have struck a raw nerve. Well, since I have no prophecies or anything for you this time, I suppose I'll be on my merry way. Au revoir, baby. Weird. Also, no, it's supposed to be French. I just suck at a French accent because, well, I don't respect the French. So I never gave it any time. Ah, yes. The nose. The nose knows. Well, you know what sucks for a nose? Getting burnt. There we go. Just a little slice and dice. And a big old chop. Boom. There we go. And I don't know if the Russian stripper being envisioned is a handsome one. Also, I was pretty sure I wasn't going Russian on that one, but if it sounded like that, that means I need to work on my French a bit more. But again, I don't really care about making the French accent accurate. Now we can feed cats, which we will. They like meat. They do not like meat. They like fish. There we go. We get fish, we give to cat. Good cat. And now we go. Oh, hey, that one's a tuxedo cat. Okay, we also have nothing here. Yep, nothing here. Nothing hidden under that stone. Yes. We do indeed pet the cats and get some form of currency out of it. Okay. Now that we're out of there, let's get on over this way. And we hit the save button. And real quick, we are going to take another short break. Because if we don't, we're going to be hit by Twitch with a break out of our control. So might as well control when we go on break and when we don't. I will be right back. See y'all in about 3 minutes. Once I get the music going. And we're back. Now I just need to grab my controller real quick. Okay. We've got it. And how's it going, Blub? How you doing? Let's also get you a shout out. And also, if anyone didn't see that shout out earlier, please do follow Slag. And also, we need to get you a shout out there, Shar. In fact, you know what? Give yourself a shout out after this shout out has expired. But yeah, everybody, please do give a follow to Blub as well. Got a lot of people coming in tonight. Mostly I've just been on a rant about things. You know, what I don't like about how art has kind of been, just, you know, kind of commodified and made shitty. You know, the enshittification of art is the, like, technical term for it. And nope, you're getting a shout out. I will continue to be nice. That's just how I am. That's how we do things around here. We also cut down this tree, because fuck that tree in particular. Yeah, that's right, get confused, old man. Huh. Aha! Yes, that's a great idea. That would sell like hotcakes. A donut in the shape of Oni Island. The Donny Nut. Might want to workshop that name, buddy. Exactly. I have a history of fighting trees. I know that tree was an asshole. It'll be great. Look. You can see Oni Island from here. This is the perfect spot to sell Oni Island merchandise. Gotta make the best of a bad deal, right? Or you'll wind up miserable. That demon-shaped island appeared out of nowhere a while ago, when the water dragon went crazy and the city got that weird fog. All that's happened since that island turned up. Every day, it looks like it's in a different place too. There can't be a weirder sight anywhere in the world. Oni Island, eh? I bet it's gonna be tough getting over there. And once we get there, I bet we'll wish we never did. What are you muttering about? It's time to liven up and do some business. You on shopping duty, Pooch? Then take a look. Yeah, sure, why not shop? World's at its end, everything's going to hell in a handbasket, let's buy some shit. Never mind, you're a shit merchant. I'll buy some mermaid coins. Yeah, about 5 of them should do. Merchant sucks. Right? Merchant doesn't have anything. L merchant for sure. Like, bro just has nothing. Nothing, I tell you. And as someone who does merchant work quite a bit, there may or may not be more than one merchant inside of my FC at any given time. We can safely say that man has no sense of business. Ah, foxes. I shall feed the foxes. They like meat. So I shall give them meat. Right? That merchant doesn't sell propane or propane accessories. What kind of merchant is he? Like, seriously, who doesn't sell propane? Like, it is an essential. If you don't have propane, what do you have? I'll tell you what you have. Nothing. But a broken pot. And a second broken pot. Pretty sure this isn't even that dude's house. But you know what? We're fucking it up anyways. Because we can. Hello? Oh, it's in the stone. Never mind. Yep. We definitely need more propane in our lives. Hello? Oh, welcome. Haven't I seen you somewhere before? We're happy to see anyone in here at the moment. Even a dog. There just isn't any fresh fish available these days. We've hardly got any customers at all. We're, well known for our chef, Mr. Umi's fresh fish dishes. I hope you'll get to try one of them one day. Aw, she's kind of adorable. You! Merchant! Goodness gracious, whatever will I do? Even I, the great chef Umi, can't cook without ingredients. I'm at the end of my rope! Cyclone Chef, Umi. Listen, doggy, can I bend your furry little ear? There's no good fish here lately. I can't cook without fish. I feel like I'm starting to lose my touch. I've had enough! There's gotta be something around here that'd make a good meal. Huh. Hey, what are you looking at? No, it'd be too much effort getting all that fur off you. I need some juicy fruits of the sea to show what I can do. They must be fresh. It's an insult to the sea and the fish if the dish goes wrong. Now, I don't know what the story is with the water dragon, but I do know that the fish I need aren't being caught. Still, if I ask the fisherman, I can't do any more than that. I guess all I can do is sit tight and wait for good news. Oh, this guy's completely fucking useless. Fair enough. See, I have never actually had Greek yogurt. I'm just not much of a yogurt person, really. Okay, we must burn everything! Welcome to the Disco Inferno! Oh, that one's burnt. This one's spinning, and it's down! Just like that. Hey, I said you're down. There we go. Easy win. I still don't know what that symbol on the side means, but whatever. Oh, herbs! Or is it herbs? I've never quite known. So what do you say, chat? Do you say herb or herb? Do you pronounce the H? I need to know this. Why do I need to know it? No particular reason, but I need to know it. Apparently, Amaterasu says herb. You obtain vengeance slip. This slip, it shall have my vengeance. And now we grab this thing. Hey, there we go. Hey, Blub, look, we got your sake. See? Told you we'd get it. Sake brewed with the spirit of steel temporarily increases defense. Right? Sake sounds like it'd be really good right now, to be honest. I could really go for a sake. Especially, what is it, Nigore sake? Where it's like the, cloudy sake, but it's very sweet. Hey, Urishima. So, you got taken by that Portia guy? Right? He took you to a castle at the bottom of the sea? Yeah, that's true. Where's that Portia guy now, huh? Yeah, where is he now? Yeah, where is he? What are they talking about? Yeah, I really enjoy that stuff. It's just like, I don't know, it's just really good. Another thing I really want to be able to try is Amazake, but they don't really have any places around here that sells that. But it's kind of like a byproduct of making, like, sake. where it's like, it's a sweet rice drink. And I really want to try that sometime. It ain't Porka, it's Orca! And he's an emissary of the Dragon Palace. He only comes for people worthy of going there. Yeah, right. Didn't your mom teach you not to tell lies? Let's get him! Yeah! Get him! Hey! What do you think you're doing? Only cowards gang up on people like that. Hey, who's that? Good timing. I'm bored of playing with him now. Come on, let's go play somewhere else. Yeah! Let's go play! What do you think of those little brats we're talking about, Amy? What do they mean by castle at the bottom of the sea? Okay, what's up, nerd? Hey, kid. How long you plan on staying like that? Hey, I'm talking to you. What's wrong, kid? Hey, kid. Hello? Anyone home? Hello, McFly? Hello? Hello? What are we gonna do? Any bright ideas, Furball? Tackle! Huh? Must have dozed off. I reckon I do that on the beach. Fisherman, Urashima. I don't know who y'all are, but I sure appreciate you waking me up. Then I ain't got the strength to go home. Sorry, when I ain't got the strength to go home, sometimes I nap here. You were sleeping? Ah! You really had us worried hunched over so long like that. You're not sick or injured, are you? No, sir. I'm fit as a fiddle, I am. Just taking a nap on the beach is all. Oh, well, that's a relief. Anyway, what was that about? A castle at the bottom of the sea? Would you mind filling us in? No one ever believes me about that. There's a land under the sea, here in Hiroshima. The Dragonians and the Sea God live there in the Dragon Palace. The Dragon Palace is an amazing place. Real pretty. Haven't been there in a dog's age, though. Dragon Palace? Land of the Dragonians? They're the ones controlling the water dragon. Himiko said so. So, just how does one get to that palace, bucket boy? How could a chubby, big-boned lad like yourself elude that water dragon and make it all the way down to the bottom of the sea? The water dragon was much nicer in those days. But you can't just choose to go to the Dragon Palace, see? Only worthy people can go. If you're worthy, an emissary called Orca comes to get you. So this Orca dude's an emissary from the Dragon Palace? And just how do you get to meet this guy anyway? Alright, sounds good, Blub. Have yourself a good time taking care of whatever you have to. Now, that's one question that ain't easy to answer. You see, that pier over yonder? That pier's where I met Orca. I was looking out to the sea when he came with the morning sun. Orca only comes if you're worthy of the Dragon Palace, I reckon. Okay, so what we do, we go there and we make it daytime. And how's it going, Hex? How you doing? Am I prepared for what? No. No, don't do it, Hex. Why would you do this to me? Please, not with the suffering. Don't do it. Don't do the Gaius. Decorative accessory made from a bull's horn, okay. Oh, we got pigs. We're gonna feed the pigs and ignore the suffering. But yeah. How you doing, Hex? Also, hold on. Char, did you give yourself a shout out yet? I don't think Shar gave herself a shout out yet. So let's get to that. And then we'll get Hex, and then we'll get Adonis. Don't make me suffer too much, Hex. I guess I'm ready to suffer, but why would you make me do so? I am concerned. And also, please do follow Shar. She was playing Hyrule Warriors earlier today. She normally plays card games and also roguelikes. So if you like that type of stuff, please do give her a follow. But yeah, what are we suffering for this time? Why am I suffering this time? I guess. I mean, you have a point. Okay, so we want to just stay here, I think, and stay until nighttime is over. Unless we can trigger it. Like so! I mean, like so! There we go. That should work. Did it? Did it work? Did it make it happen? Yes! There we go. Something's coming! Huh. Is it perhaps a shout-out for Hex? Is that what's happening? No, it's not, because we have to wait 37 seconds. Alright. How's it going, Orca? You look more like Beluga, to be honest. Why is this big fish looking so happy? It's kind of creeping me out. Ow! Why did I bonk? Why did I get bonked? Why you do this, Hex? Ah! Orca! Orca, it's you! It's been a dog's age. I stopped counting the years. Did you come to take me back to the Dragon Palace? Also, there we go. We do this. There you go. And if you haven't followed Hex, please do give Hex a follow. Ow! Why'd I get bonked? I'm doing nice things for... there we... Get fucked, buddy. Ow. And I just gave you a shout out too, Shar. The betrayals. The betrayals, I tell you. Orca? Is this the emissary or whatever of the Dragonians? My god. It's majestic. Okay. I guess it wants us to hop on. At last, one worthy of visiting the Dragon Palace. Hop on. I'll take you to the Dragon Palace. Hear that, Amy? I'm second to none when it comes to swimming. Even that water dragon's no match for me. You heard him. What are we gonna do, Amy? Oh. I guess you already made up your mind. Yes. Yes, we did. Ah! Let me in! Let me in! There we go. This is Orca. Huh. Not a very creative name. He looks kind of fishy, pun intended. Want to hitch a ride? Ride on Orca? Yes. You do? Well, I don't suppose we have much of a choice. We might as well take advantage of him now that he's here. I'm second to none when it comes to swimming. That water dragon's no match for me. You hear that, Amy? You believe him? Maybe we should have him take us to the Dragon Palace. Yes, because you know that I'm not able to dodge while I'm reading. I'm afraid I can't do that yet. Huh? You must complete the final ordeal, or decreed by Otohime. Only then will you be worthy of visiting the Dragon Palace. Hear that, Amy? Hey, Orca. Is this Otohime chick your boss or something? She's got a lot of nerve letting that water dragon run amok. Listen, Orca. We want to ride down to the Dragon Palace. So let's hear about that ordeal we're talking about. The entrance to Dragon Palace is a whirlpool, but it's hidden. Right now, to keep evil beings out of... keep the evil beings that plague this area. Keep out the evil beings that plague this area. Fuck! Char, I'm going to need you to explain that term. You must find the whirlpool amidst this vast sea. That is the ordeal decreed by Otohime. Hear that, Amy? Sounds like a piece of cake. I mean, the sea's packed with places begging to be explored. Well, we'll just have to explore and check them out till we find that whirlpool. Well, that tree looks interesting. Well, what are we waiting for? Full speed ahead, fish breath! That seems a little rude. No. We will not get off Orca. Ah. Problem is between chair and computer. Fair. I've heard that before, but I didn't remember the term. Where's that mewing coming from? I think it's coming from that tower. Kind of creepy. Let's go check it out. I don't know. Let's go away from that a little bit. Or not. I guess we're going up. Yes, we're getting off of Orca. You know, I used to have a raid leader named Orca. Back in my World of Warcraft days. He was a good dude. He was a boomkin druid. He accidentally, during one of the raids, pulled the boss early. And we all were just watching as the Wrath spell that he had cast just slowly floated its way over to the main boss of the area. And in that moment, time slowed down. Nobody knew how to react, what to do. And then all of a sudden, the boss pulls and we all die. We all lose our buffs. And it was the funniest fucking shit. It was even better than the Pickle Rick meme. Okay, there we go. We'll hit the thing. Oh. Okay, now I know what that means. Okay, I never understood the boat goes binted thing either. But okay, it was Bodo's binted, meaning photos printed. This is news. Let's go inside the creepy old tree! Cat Call Tower. Fuck. We're gonna run into a bunch of dudes running construction. Before we deal with the construction workers, though, if you haven't, please do give a follow to CG Adonis. Sound like that annoying meow is coming from the top of this tower. Hey, look at those paw prints on the wall. Isn't that the mark of the catwalk? It's one of the 13 celestial brush techniques. Wait, maybe that means... Yeah, it probably means we're gonna have to learn. We're gonna climb! Hello? The fuck? A bunch of sides as a wheel? Well, I guess the best thing we can do is this. We're gonna blow out the fire, and then we're gonna use some fire of our own. Fuck you! Oh, it's me. Problem. Big problem. Aha! They have ice now. So now we use fire! And we use more fire because it has ice. Boom. Simple, easy, elegant solution. Let's go! What do you mean that wasn't fast enough? And no problem. Always happy to give a shout out. Okay, that means, well, you know our motto, Amy. Leap before you look. You know what I have to say? Fuck that. Okay, the mark of Kabegame. Neat. But first, I see this. And it requires bloom. Oh, you have acquired child? Congratulations there, Slag. Okay. You know, Adonis, that kind of reminds me of, whatchamacallit, The Ultimate Warrior, with his concept of destrucity. Oh no. The ... Did you kidnap another VTuber, Slag? If Hex says something and you give the ... it makes me think it's not so much acquired child as it is grabbed child off street. Is this the case? All right. But that still doesn't answer the first question. Okay. Well, we did get the thing, so let's go through and read the techniques. Move list. That's not what we need. Well, we do have a lot of... What the fuck? Too many stray beads. Okay, we got Catwalk, but now we don't have Catwalk. So who has Catwalk? Well, it's not Tome, is it? Okay, move list. Not that either. Logbook, journal. None of these are what I need. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we just jump on then. Neat. Okay, so we just keep jumping. And we jump, and we jump, and we jump. Yeah, Grow, you might end up with a avatar if you say that. Just a heads up. Hey, what's gone into you, Amy? Trying to get to the top of the tower or something? You're one enthusiastic furball. Cat, We feed cat. Feed. There you go. Have fish. Find cat and give fish. Okay, and now we just keep climbing. Okay, I have found the next area. Yeah, you gotta be careful there, Caboose. It happens. You gotta watch your words. And there we go. We have attained 2 warship. It's a long way to go for a measly 2 warship points, but sure. I'll claim that it was worth it. There we go. Now we just keep climbing. We keep on going. I don't like that this one's making me do a drop. But okay. Landed it! Boom. Obtained the Traveler's Charm. Protects travelers from danger. Really? Up this high, they're gonna claim to protect me from danger? And fair enough, Slag. But I'm actually not in VC today. Last week was kind of a thing that was rare for playing this game, since it is pretty narrative heavy. That I don't really want to do narrative heavy games while in VC. Because I feel like it detracts more from the story and the adventure than it should. But I feel like, you know, Fridays, where I usually play games where it's, you know, less narrative, that is kind of the day for voice chat. And now that we know where we're going, we're doing the thing. We're climbing up this tower. It's tall as fuck. There we go. We're gonna take this, the Holy Bone. Gonna give ourselves a little run around here. Think we're good. And onwards we go. Onwards, upwards, and being concerned for our health because goddamn we are up way too high, and I'm not very good with heights actually. Fun fact. Wildly and heights do not mix because I am clumsy. But boom, there we go. And how's it going, Goku? How you doing? Okay, we found some lacquerware. I don't know who would be carrying lacquerware up here. Sounds like a mistake if you ask me, but okay. Whoever wanted to carry it up here is a fucking madman. There we go. I'd been so mad if I missed that. Hey, we got a stray bead! Neat. And now we continue climbing. Okay. Catcall tower. Why so many catcalls? Boom. Didn't even need to deal with going around the other way. We got a cat statue. Why is it so high? What is this? Oh, good thing I am not playing this on the PS3. Ooh. Tall place. Mermaid coin. Okay, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna throw... Actually, no, we don't throw a mermaid coin in there yet. We've discovered it, and that's what counts. Yep, there we go. Always make sure you run in the circle. They always give you something to check. Okay, what do we have here? And let's get on through. Okay, nothing up here. Circle time. Most important part of any fucking adventure is check your circles. Okay. What we have discovered, there's nothing up here except for this catwalk, which will probably help us get catwalk. And there we go. We need to feed this cat. Amy, look! There's a kitty cat over there. I wonder what it's doing all alone up here. Couldn't have climbed all the way up by itself, could it? Surely there couldn't be anything to eat all the way up here. Yep, that is me. That's how I find all the stuff. And yeah, that is true. It would be good if they don't end up rushing development. Yeah, it kind of does, but I feel like it wasn't a game that was actually meant to make as much of a splash as it did outside of Japan. I feel like this game kind of maybe landed a bit better than they expected it to. But you know, that's kind of the fun of it. It gives you things to look up, too. It stopped meowing. Huh? A constellation here? Okay, we got 2 stars. What are we supposed to do? Just hit that. Boom! Now we got the lines. Hit all the intersections. And alright, have a good drive, Slag. And me too. I always enjoy mythology. Mythology is a good time. Yes, get Isun, do it! Ha-ha! Finally. Finally, somebody got Isun. Put him in his place. Well then. Oh, okay. They're having fun. I'm just knocking Isun around. There we go. Perfect. Ah, Kabagame. Ah, Amaterasu, origin of all that is good and mother to us all. The swirling whirlpool of evil below has driven me to this height. From this perch, I observe the world below and its descent. If my power is needed once again, I, Kabagame, god of walls, shall gladly offer a bridge of hope to the realm below. And just like that, we have got the thing. Hey, I'm not your personal toy to be played with like that. Phrasing, Isun. And, depends. Is this truck going to be, used to, you know, to meme on people, perhaps, in redeems? And fair, Goku. The Black Myth Wukong game looks pretty good, too. I do want to give it a go at some point. Hey! Okay, wait, I read that. Skip that line. Wait a sec. That must have been Kabagame, one of the 13 gods. You know, the one with the catwalk brush technique. This kitty cat right here is a messenger of the gods. And here I thought it was just some stray cat. Whoa, check it out. The statue's starting to glow. Oh, I get it. The Kabagame statue is telling you to use the catwalk power. Emmy, put your brush on the statue and draw a line up the wall. That'll let you transfer the god's catwalk power into the wall. Works for me. Bonk. Okay. Now we have plenty of places we could go. Yes, yes, yes! Well, you look at that, Amy. The mark of Kabagame has appeared. On top of the path you drew from the statue of the Kabagame statue. Okay, cool. Now you can climb walls anytime you want, simply by summoning the mark of Kabagame just like that. Speaking of which, remember those other Kabagame statues we saw? We should try your new brush technique out on them too. I suppose we should. But first, what happens if I do this? Oh, cool. All right. I dig it. Examine. Whoa. That's one big kitty statue. This must be the top of the tower. Doesn't that wind feel great? Okay. Whoa, 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 buddy. I just wanted to go over onto this. Is it a stray bead? No. Even better, it's a sun fragment. You know, I'll have to try and make a list of that, Goku. I might put that up on YouTube, actually. Because I know there are some that are pretty good. I just don't have them off the top of my head right now. So I will have to put together a thing. Okay, that's weird that it wouldn't let me jump that way, but whatever. And now we jump down here. And we use this. Tools, start a thing, and boom. See, I don't think I know, that game series. What was it? What'd you say, Kinutsugame? I don't know that one. Kakal Tower, Sand City, Ryushima Coast. That's telling me that I do not have the teleport to North Ryushima. Which is a problem. But at least it didn't set me back too far. Okay, yeah, I want to go through. Let me through. Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. Because that sounds pretty good. Like, if it has, Okami skin in it, I know that means that they trust them to some degree with what they were making. And if that's the case, that means there has to be something at least kind of special about it. Okay. There's nothing there. So let's try to find the teleport and the save here. Well, we found the save. We're gonna skip past that real quick. Okay, fine, dog. Get meat. We meet the dog. Like that. There we go. Dog happy. Dog has been fed. Alright, we got a full 9 warship. Now, we could talk to this chump over here. But we're not gonna. Instead, what we're gonna do is that. Okay, we got nothing. There we go. Horses, they like seed. Or herbs. Oh, those are cows. I don't know my animals, apparently. Okay. See, I kind of like tower defense games. I'm not the greatest at them, but they are fun. And now, we dig! What do we have down here, I wonder? And we give them herbs! Plenty of warship here to be had. Look at this. Boom. 30 points. What else do we have down here? A 4-leaf clover. Look at them jumping for joy. They love me. But they really need to leave me alone because they're kind of swarming me and making it impossible for me to do things. There we go. When we hit that, boom. 4 statue. Awesome. What's this? Is it a stray bead? Yes. Stray bead. Neat. And a golden peach. Fills the astral pouch instantly. Told you. Now we do this. More warship. I said more warship, damn you! Warship me! Thank you. And now, we break the pots. As is tradition. Tradition of all video games states that if there are pots, they must be broken. And that is what we shall do. Because you know what? Pots are bad. I don't like them. Things that are made of clay, not a fan. Oh, hey, look, a bunch of assholes in here. Let's go say hi. Hello, assholes! Here, get hit with the Mobius strip! I do find it kind of funny that the fire attack requires us to have a cooldown time. There we go. And you... Yep, there you go. You gotta stop. Boom. Okay, angry Jizo statue. Time to die. And now we chop it. Or not. That's fine. We win. How the hell do I keep failing on time? Not a fan of that. And yes, I do believe I remember Dante's Inferno. Never played it, but I remember it. Okay, there's a child over here. They are not of much help to me, so we shall skip dealing with them. Okay, I got a text message. I will have to answer that in a bit. Probably after stream ends. That's fine. Okay, we're just gonna do a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and boom! Game over. Oh, hey, this lets me shoot like a shotgun. There we go. Hey, look, time is fine. Neat. See, I remember hearing of Asura's Wrath also. Or to be Ashura. I'm never quite sure on the pronunciation of that one. But anywho, we're gonna save and find someone to raid. We have just cleared Catcall Tower. We're now in Ryoshima Coast. And we're going to exit game. That was the wrong thing. Okay, return to title, yes, exit screen. This is one thing I don't like about this game. Is that you have to go back to the title to exit the game. And that kind of gets on my nerves. I think it's kind of bad design to make games do that. I feel when game designers do that, it's just because they're lazy. Not really a great time. Also, holy shit, only 17.5% of players who have this game on Steam have got Kabigame. That's kind of weird. But yeah. Let's just check something real quick. We are going to find some music and also find someone to raid. So please do stick around. You know what? Yeah. We'll go with one of those channels that's always playing music. Yeah. Thank you everyone for coming in tonight. If you haven't already, please do follow me on all my socials. I have a Blue Sky if you're so inclined, or a Twitter if you prefer. I have a Discord, and I really would appreciate if you join in and hang out with us there. Great way to get in contact with most of the community. So, you know, that way when streams aren't happening, y'all can hang out, talk to each other, see how things are going. And if you want more of my content that isn't necessarily restricted to the kind of things you can only do on Twitch, we have a YouTube channel. And I am going to copy and paste that into the YouTube stream as well. So let me just handle that real quick. For anyone who's over there on the YouTube side of things. And yeah, with that, we're going to end the YouTube stream. So thank you everyone that tuned in there. And I will be ending that stream right now. Now I just need to edit